guys, Casey from KDL Auto, and in today's video we have by far one of the most special videos that I think has ever been posted to our YouTube channel or Instagram, and it is revealing the Pontiac GTO that I just recently purchased off Facebook Marketplace. As aren't aware about these cars, they are absolute animals, and coming from a G6, this is just a insane step up. I mean, absolutely insane upgrade from what I had previously. A little bit about this beautiful machine that you guys are seeing here. This is a 6.0 and she is cammed, and there has been a lot of upgrades done to the car from the previous owner, and she actually came from California originally. One of the bigger upgrades that I've done to this myself personally is I put on the VMR. I believe these are the 701s. I always get the 710s and the 701s confused. So these are the less popular VMRs. I didn't want to get the ones that usually have as many spokes, but yeah, I went with these, and obviously they are wrapped in some Nidos. That is a necessity. Don't want to be blowing through tires, especially on a car like this. And for those of you that may be watching this video just to see the wheel spec, it is actually 18.5 all around, wrapped in 245s. Yeah, they're 245s 40 by 18. So no, this is not a staggered setup. I really took a lot of thought when I was thinking into putting a staggered setup, and honestly, it was just a lot more expensive and not what I wanted to spend, especially just for a set of VMRs. Now, when I bought the car, the paint was absolutely cooked. I'll throw in a video right now of what the paint actually looked like. You could not even see your reflection in it. It is on BC lowering suspension, so it is adjustable here up under the hood, which we're gonna pop in a second. But I figured, let's do the walk around and kind of diagnose this thing and look at all what's to offer. Something that he put on that is a very tasteful upgrade is the Mavman carbon fiber. I guess you would just say that's a spoiler. That's not technically a wing, but it almost looks like a duckbill from the back, and that's why I love it so much. And when I got it, he actually had a sticker here that I removed, and I wanted to put the 6.0 there because I had so many people asking me if it was a 5.7 or a 6.0, and just to avoid the question, I'm just going to stick it right on the car. And a couple years ago, I went and looked at a GTO, and it had the Holden Racing badge right there. Absolutely loved it, so I decided to do the exact same thing. And we are running the Corsa exhaust, and it does have long tube headers. And something that a lot of you guys are probably gonna give me some crap for is the back fitment. It does have a little bit of camber just because of how these cars are designed, if you can see that there. But when you put the car into drive, like I showed in that video, the car actually goes down in the back, so kind of helps with the camber. Now, as far as what's been done to the car on the paint specifically, the bumper was actually repainted by him, I believe, a couple years ago. So it's holding up pretty well. It's obviously got your occasional rock chips. There are some bugs on the front. I did just wash this thing not too long ago, but it's already kind of looking dusty, especially here in the back. And back here, this entire, I guess, license plate, trim plate, the paint was peeling pretty bad right about here. So you know your boy had to get that fixed up. We did take that to a shop. That's not something I did. As far as going forward with this car and some things that I wanted to do myself, one of the biggest things was I wanted to get new headlights for this, but what I didn't realize is these are actually worth a lot of money on these cars. I put up in the group that I wanted to get new headlights, and a lot of people were like, do not do that. The aftermarket ones suck. Not to mention these, I think, are worth about $500. Yes, although they are not looking great. When I did get them, they were super hazy, but we did do kind of like a little kit on the headlights. They look a lot better, but seriously, $500 for a set of these is crazy. Next, we are going to be hopping into the interior, and I'm going to show you why I think this is by far one of my favorite interiors on an American muscle car, at least keeping it under like a ZL1 or something like that. But first off, you get the suede on the door. You get the suede under here, or Alcantara, whatever it is. Get the suede here, suede there, suede under the dashboard there, and then under the glove compartment. I mean, it literally feels like a Corvette. but it has a little bit of suede added to it. And one of my personal touches that I just did recently was the Texas custom interior wheel. This thing absolutely looks phenomenal. It is custom fitted to this steering wheel, and I think one of these runs for about $200. But lucky for us, Texas custom interior actually sent us out one just to try it. So, hey, I was super stoked to do that. Obviously, we're rocking the fuzzy Dyson here. That is a perfect addition to the car. But you get the nice, genuine leather on the GTO stitching seat. Don't get the GTO stitching on the back, but I gotta tell you, these seats in the back are way comfier than the ones up front. That is just my honest opinion. These absolutely hug you in the back, and they also feel a little more reclinable than these do. Now, one of by far my favorite things that I've ever done to any of my cars, the Starlight headliner. This was actually the first thing that I did. I did not waste any time sticking one of these in. And I also did wrap the, I almost said the hood. I also did wrap the top of the car here in suede. I think it adds a lot of character to the car, so that's really why you're seeing a lot of suede here, but really the only ones I've added is the steering wheel here and the headliner. And really the only thing on this interior that I feel like needs fixing is this little cap right here. For some odd reason has a hole on that side. It's tough to find stuff like this, but this right here is pretty nice. I think that's something he put in here. I did not do that. And obviously get the nice red stitching here. And even on the steering wheel, it was red stitching the same as this, but obviously we wrapped over that. And if I didn't say already, this car only has 59,000 miles on it. And I think I forgot to say, this car is running roughly between 400 and 500 horsepower. I think 500 horsepower is crank. I have the dyno sheets that I'm going to pull out here in a second, kind of go over it a little bit more. I wasn't there for it, so I really couldn't tell you if that's true, but I can tell you this car absolutely rolls, man. I mean, it is insane how fast this thing is. And here's the dyno sheet to show you. So he was saying it's running about 500 cranks. So yeah, running about 406 right here. That definitely makes sense. And this is a sheet that he actually gave me with everything that's done to it, so you guys can just kind of take a peek. It's a lot to go over. But now, one thing that I do think is going to be needing fixed on the interior soon is actually the floor mats. They are getting to the point where they unfortunately are starting to rot on the other side, and they're leaving behind a lot of crap. So, hey, it's probably time to replace those anyways. They are almost, what, 20 years old. I did pull it into the sun to kind of show you guys how nice the paint is, but it is insanely hot today. So let's go ahead and pop this. And what I love about these cars is, if I can find it, you literally just pull up on this thing right there. I mean, I wish more cars had that. That's a lot nicer than trying to fiddle around. A lot of tasteful upgrades, like I was saying, and it looks like she's named Bianca. I guess at this point, I haven't even listed what engine's in this car. I said it's a 6.0, but it is an LS2, so it's not an LS1, it's not a 5.7. And this car being a 2005, it has the 6.0 LS2, but the 2004s, I believe, had a 5.7, which is the LS1. And I could be wrong, but I believe for the 2006, they kept the same engine that's in this one right here. And before I even get the comments about the Ram Air, I'm not too familiar with it, but man, I've had people mention this. Trust me, I'm going to take them off. I don't really even know what Ram Air means. I'll have to look into that a little more. I am new to the community, so don't be roasting me on that. But trust me, I'm going to get rid of those because they have gotten a lot of hate for some reason. You guys probably remember the Pontiac G6 video going over everything. That thing actually did pretty well. I think we're running almost 30,000 views on that video, so thanks a lot for the love. I'd imagine a lot of you that watch this are going to be watching this video now. But this is definitely a whole different ball game, and I know you guys are already going to ask of which speed I got this thing up to. And let's just say, for legal purposes, we had a good time in it. But yeah, going forward, guys, there really isn't too much more I want to do to this car. I mean, the car is ceramic coated, it's cleaned up, it looks good, runs good, and is always garage kept. So I don't really know going forward what I am actually going to do to this thing. Other than I'm going to delete the Ram Airs because I know these things get crapped on a lot. So yeah, let's go ahead and give this bad boy a start up. Obviously, she is already warm. System check complete. I gotta say, I'm absolutely in love with this dash. Just look at how pretty that thing is. Funny enough about the Pontiac G6 is I got this key ring because they don't make a Hot Wheel G6, and I own this exact spec at this point. It's literally a red car with somewhat of gray wheels, which is just crazy to me. But yeah, let's move this bad boy inside, because it is a little too hot out here to have this thing baking in the sun. It got really hot today, which is lovely. We've had nonstop rain here in Pennsylvania for a long time, so it is nice to finally have some heat and to have the sun out. But you know, that means this thing's gonna be sitting inside because we do not need any fading or any crap like that. I'll probably take this thing out to the gym later today, and maybe I'll get some clips when I'm driving for you, and I'll plug them in at some point here in the video. But this car just absolutely is so fun to have, so fun to drive. You guys can hear it as we're getting closer into the garage, just how loud this thing really is. The thing is a beauty. But yeah, guys, other than that, that's pretty much going to wrap up the video. There's going to be a lot more content coming soon, but I just kind of wanted to do almost an introduction video to this car, because you're going to start seeing this video all over the YouTube channel. I just figured, hey, let's give it a proper introduction. So if y'all want to like and subscribe, definitely do that down below, because there's going to be some new content coming soon on this beauty. Peace out, y'all.